So did you know that Adventure Kings has just released a brand new set of drawers? So we're gonna make our way down to 4x4 Supercenter, go pick a set up and put them in the Prado. It's definitely time for an upgrade, so let's get into it. A lot of you are actually probably wondering, Tom, why the change of heart? Why are we getting a set of Kings drawers when that was actually the last thing I said I was gonna do? Well, funnily enough, reality kind of set in and it's got to the stage where I actually just need a spot to put my gear. For me, and probably a lot of you guys as well, I'm a bit of a clean freak. So it's definitely nice to be able to have some place to put my stuff. If it's organized and I know where everything is, I'm very happy. If you know, I went camping with some of my best mates, Stewie and Tommy, over summer, and the drawer system in the back of his ute was great. However, it just didn't suit how I set my things up. So we had a bit of a clash. Now, having my own car, having my own drawer system, I'm gonna be able to fill it out and spec it out exactly how I need it to do the stuff that I need to do. And I'm gonna get a bit more into that later. So the only issue I can see so far is there's no lockout for the drawer when it's at full extension. So that might mean we'll have to think of a little something how we can lock it out so we can use the drawer surface as a table. But other than that, looking pretty good. Definitely a big upgrade from the Titan drawers, by the look and feel. Pretty good, especially for the money. After looking around, I tossed up what sort of system I'd need and settled on the classic twin drawer with the wing kits. Beautiful. Look at that, straight in. These set of drawers come 90% pre-assembled already. So what I'm gonna do now is get them out of their box and have a look at how they're gonna fit in the car before I do any more assembly. The drawer system I've decided on is the 900 deep, 30 centimeter tall. Originally, I sort of had planned to go for drawer fridge on the right. I don't have the chance at the moment with my job to go out for long touring adventures for a couple of weeks at a time. So having a fridge is really just not economical enough. That's not even including the battery, the DC-DC charger, the solar panel, all for the fridge, because there's a lot of different things that you need to be able to run a fridge in a 4B. I've got an idea. I'm going to open it up from the back side so then I can just push it out as the box all in one sort of thing. Okay, so now theoretically I should just be able to push this whole thing out in one smooth motion. Oh, I probably should have removed the floor mat before doing that. Today is Saturday, which means we've got all day to install these bad boys. So I've had a little time since last night to hash out where everything's gonna line up and sit nicely in the car. I've also made sure to keep the boxes, and you should too, because I'll show you a little trick later on about how I'm gonna use these. First of all, we're gonna have a little read of this instruction manual because there's actually a few more bolts in here than I thought there was gonna be. The first thing I'm going to need to do is get these out of the car and take out the floor mat that I forgot to do yesterday. Oh, lift with your back and not your knees. That's not the good form. This thing's actually got quite a bit of weight to them, which is a little bit of a worry. I am actually going to miss the ability to sit in the back of here though, but if you come in closer, you can see a little bit of a memorabilia to the old Subaru Outback just here. This might have to find a new home. To get these drawers installed in the car, I'm going to need to take the tops off and drill them in together with 3 bolts on each side, I think the top and bottom, and then also put them into the bolt holes that are already here in the Prado. Hopefully they line up without any hassle. A drill is an absolute lifesaver. Doing Allen keys by hand can suck my... Not too bad. The carpet job's actually quite nice and neat around the edges, which is good to see. Have to remove the drawers. And then slide them next to each other so they can line up. So if you see this little rail here, this looks like it's removable, and we're going to need to actually adjust this before putting the side pieces together, because once the side pieces are together, we can't get our hands on the inside to get the other side of this bolt here. So it looks like we're pretty lucky with the Prado 120 because we've got some bolt holes that are here which hold the seats down, which hopefully it looks like we should be able to line them so we can get 4 bolts into each side of the drawer system and should be nice and secure. They're going to take a little bit of convincing if they've never come out, but they should get there. There we go. I think the hardest part about this is just lifting up the carpet and the sound deadening to get your little ratchet in there. All right, so I've now got the bottom adjustable rails undone. I'm gonna line it up and do the same for the other one. So come in here, I'll show you. So we decided that we're gonna pull it a bit further to this side all the way. So it'll make room for the drawer on the right-hand side to pull out when I have a drop-down table on the door. Sometimes you'll just need a little Vegemite scroll break. Feels like it's a bit of a different thread, but maybe if I just blast it and hope for the best, it's just completely stripped out that thread. Yeah, beautiful. It's taking me a little bit longer than I originally wanted it to. Had to do a trip to Bunnings and a trip to Repco to get the right size bolts that will drilled straight into my factory spot. So if you have a Prado 120, you need M10 by 1.25 threads, and I got the 45mm ones, the 45mm long bolts, which worked for the back of the 120 Prado. So you need the 1.25 threads because the M10s that come with the kit will strip out your holes because the threads are different. Burning goes number 2. So that just leaves now to put on the tops and then the wing kits tomorrow. We're going to put the tops on now so we can have a quick look at what they look like without the wing kits, just in the car as is. And then tomorrow I'm going to cut out the wings and make it look all flush and built in. Alright, so there you have it. That is the Adventure Kings modular drawer system installed into the Prado 120. Now the wing kits are yet to come in, but this is a quick overview of how much room you have to play. They basically push straight up to the back seats when they're in the 3rd reclining position, and they also just go over the top of the little hatch on the left and right hand side. So when we're installing the wing kits, we've got to keep that in mind. So without further ado, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to stay tuned to see how the rest of these turn out.